Or just take a look at the sentence. What is typing clumsily doing? Acting as what part of speech, therefore? I'm a noun. So it's describing me. There you go. It's acting as an adjective. Very good. Typing clumsily is a participial phrase, acting as an adjective, modifying Mr. Clarkson. So I'm going to let Danny off the hook here for a moment. Harshita, how do you diagram it? Oh, how I'm doing it? No, it's describing what I'm doing at the moment. I understand what you're saying. Let me try to rephrase the sentence. Mr. Clarkson can do it by typing clumsily, or if somehow I indicated that's the method by which I can do it, then you're right in talking about how it's linked to the action. But what I'm saying with this sentence is just Mr. Clarkson is typing clumsily. I'm describing what I'm doing at the moment. So I understand where you're going. It's a slight difference. Zoe. Very good. Slides down. Zoe, what happens with clumsily? Very good. It's describing typing. Because it's a participial. So what happens, participles, first of all, act as adjectives, which means they drop below the noun that they modify, because all adjectives drop below, right? But you want to indicate that, or you want it to be a phrase, which means you need it both to drop below and to have a horizontal line. Why do we need a horizontal line? Because a phrase could have a direct object, could have an indirect object. Take a look at this up here. Take a look at your gerund. Why does that have that structure? Because we need a horizontal line to fit that word gerund on there, because it's a direct object, right? Phrases can take direct objects, which mean in the diagram, I need a horizontal line. But if I'm dropping down, I need the diagonal line too. I need both of these. So first of all, I draw that little kind of L-looking thing. Secondly, I draw typing curving down to indicate that this is a participial. That's just a convention. It's just tradition. It's what diagrammers do. The curving down of the word typing tells me as a reader that's a participial. Okay, so that just seems to make sense to accomplish the phrase structure and to tell me it's a participial.
So like adjectives, like all adjectives are going to fall.
Adjectives, just straight adjectives, will just go in straight diagonal, just regular adjectives. If I said blue, pen. Pen would be on the horizontal and blue would be dropping down in the diagonal line. But a participial is something different. It's something that can actually take this phrase structure, this participial phrase. It's more complicated, so it requires a slightly different diagramming technique. Right, right. Yeah, only participles. And then gerunds require this sort of step structure because they require something similar, but they're different from participles. So you want to tell the reader that they're different from participles. So this looks different from that to indicate that one's a participial, the other's a gerund. Okay? Finished with that.
If you have multiple clauses, can you put them side by side and link them with their coordinate conjunction like sideways? You have to have them above each other?
You're supposed to have them above each other.
Okay.
So it might take a more vertical diagram than it is a horizontal diagram. Okay, he is a super beast of an English teacher. Rachel, start us off. Correct? Correct? Technically, yes. What kind of verb is? No, you've got two. Remember, you've got action and linking verbs. Is it an action verb or is it a linking verb? Somebody help Rachel out. Yeah. Harley? Linking verb. Review basic concepts. Rachel and everybody else. If you have an action verb, what two predicate structures might you have? An action verb, what two predicate structures might you have? David? Direct object or indirect objects, because they receive action of an action verb. If you have a linking verb, what two predicates might you have? Predicate adjective or predicate nominative? Rachel, is a super beast a predicate adjective or a predicate nominative? Is super beast an adjective or super beast a noun? Correct. So it's a predicate nominative because super beast is a noun. It's a hyphenated noun to be sure, but it is a noun nonetheless. Remember Zoe's question earlier. Why is that diagonal? Because it indicates that this is a linking verb. Hold on a second. Do something here. Need a little bit more space, so okay, Rachel, you've got A there. What about of an English teacher? What does of an English teacher look like?
Modifying something?
It is modifying something. What do you think it's modifying? What's it? What? Super beast. That's right. And Darren, help her out. What structure is it? It is a prepositional phrase. Thank you, Darren. And Rachel, you are correct. It is modifying super beast. Why did I decide that English teacher is a compound noun? Right. We discussed that in third period?
Yeah.
I knew I discussed it with some class. I couldn't remember if it was you. That's right. I am not an English teacher. There we go. That's all three of them. How do we link them? That's the point. First of all, one of these is a subordinate or dependent clause. Which one? David. He is a super beast of an English teacher because of the word because. Remember, you'd be kidding me. We did the entire period on that one. Okay, we got through most of this. If you want to see the linking, check out videos from other class periods that did a compound complex sentence, and I showed the linking and all of that.